Hello, what's up? My name's Seb and welcome to a movie review on the movie Henry Danger. I'm going to be splitting this video up into three parts. The first part is going to be a bit of a backstory of Henry Danger. The next part is going to be an introduction of what happens at the beginning of this movie. And then the final part will be the review of what I think about it. So without no further ado, we're going to get into it. And just before I do, I just want to give you a quick spoiler warning that there will be spoilers in this video. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out and then come back here. So if you're not sure what Henry Danger is, it's a Nickelodeon series about a kid who's looking for a job and stumbles into being recruited by a superhero called Captain Man to become a sidekick called Kid Danger, where they have a headquarters underground under the store of junk and stuff, and that's where they battle evil bad guys and protect the town of Swellview. Henry's friends and sister eventually join him along for the ride, and so does a scientist called Swaz. At one point in the series, Henry gains a superpower where he has super fast reflexes, which he has for a while before he loses them, but then he gains a new power near the end, which seems to be a green force field shield thingy before he leaves his position as a sidekick and moves on to Dystopia. In the follow-up series Danger Force, there is an episode where he battles an evil bounty hunter called Blackout, and there's also a few other adventures he appears in as well. Okay, so I'm not going to go into all those other adventures, but what I am going to do is I'm going to now move on to the introduction of this movie, so let's go. In this movie, and I'm going to skip the intro because of spoilers, Henry's friend Jasper is fighting crime, because Jasper has the power to fight crime in his sleep. I don't know if that classifies as a superpower, but that's the power that he has. Also, his other friend Charlotte is mentioned to be in Harvard. Jasper fights in a battle with a character called Blackout. Side note, it moves through the intro really fast, mainly because this is a fanatic movie, so if you know the series, then you don't really need a long explanation of what's happening in the movie. I will mention though, this movie has more of a budget, so things like the character Blackout doesn't look like just a normal person. They actually look like a proper smoke compared to what the series made them look like. Henry arrives at the scene after making a deal to be the new spokesperson for BizWatch, and when he arrives at the scene, he defeats Blackout. Jasper helps him out in the fight, but he feels a little bit underappreciated, mainly because for the deal at BizWatch, Henry is the spokesperson and Jasper was kind of blurred out on the poster because he thought they were partners, but it just seems like that Henry was becoming more of the superhero and he was seeming to be a bit more of the sidekick role. Henry eventually returns to BizWatch and he finds it's been attacked and fights Blackout again, but this time he's thrown outside of a window and strangely gets teleported into a bedroom while wearing the Kid Danger costume, except this time it's a better version of it, where he meets a character called Missy. You know, I'm just going to return it back to me. I'm just going to give you my own thoughts about what I think about this, and honestly, I thought it was really good, and just like everything that introduction offers is just loads of callbacks to how awesome the series was, and just to have that whole series conclude, and now we finally get to see Henry himself as a superhero. I think that's just lovely. It's brilliant. It's respectable. And you know what? There were minor characters that weren't in this, and I was like, but it's okay. It still works for me. It still works. I know there are characters that people like that didn't get to be in the movie, but you know, if there is anything that comes out of this, I think it's meant to be Henry's movie. It's meant to be his superhero debut, and I think after doing all those series, it's just respectable to allow him to have this moment. And you know, I think that's just brilliant. Again, people will mention that this may be a bit late, like this movie should have happened a few years ago. I think it, I think because you left it and you gave it space, I think it's more enjoyable that it came out a few years later, because you're like, it's the return instead of it's a series leading to a movie. So it's a little bit more dramatic in that sense. But yeah, overall, I really did like this. I thought it was a, you know what, I'm gonna give this a 8 out of 10. Just because there were certain characters that were missing from it, and I know there's probably some hiccup with recording times, who's doing what people's schedules like, But honestly, I don't know, if it came out a little bit later, but we had all of the characters, I think that would have made it just a little bit better, a little bit more spicy. But overall, on the fact that it was mainly focused to be like the Henry Danger movie, I think it did a lot of respect to giving Henry his own kind of like movie, seeing what he does, seeing who he is as a superhero without the help and support of his other friends, just seeing him in action by himself. And you know what, it was really good. It did so much praise to his character, and I really do like it. Honestly, what are your thoughts about this? Is there anything that you would have added, apart from adding in the other characters, which I thought would have been excellent? Apart from that, what would you have done to what would you have liked to have seen in this movie? I think the fact that that literally there's a lot of scene changes. They go to a lot of different places. It's not on a film set, as you can possibly tell. Like it was very much like we go to different live locations. We try to produce an actual movie this time. We're not sitting in front of a studio audience, or we're sitting with different sets. We're actually in different locations, and I think that's just an excellent. There's more budget in it. There's more. It's better writing. It's better script writing. There's better costume designs. There's better special effects. Everything overall. It's a celebration for the fans who have been watching it from day one. And also I've been watching the extra series and gone like, okay, I've watched those 5 series, now I've watched these 5 series of Danger Force, and I've watched all of Henry Danger, and it's just, for all of that, if you've watched the whole thing, then you're kind of with the collection of going, yeah, okay, I've seen it all, and this is what we get out of it. This is brilliant. It's a celebration for the fans. It's going like, you've paid attention, here's a reward, and it is what I call a reward movie. It's like Avengers Endgame. It's like that. You've staying with it for that amount of time, and then you get this fanatic movie at the end of it all, and I think it's brilliant. You don't, with these types of movies, you don't have to do introductions. You can skip introductions. You can get straight into the action just because you're a massive fan of the whole thing. So yeah, again, it's a fanatic movie. I think it's great, and it's an awesome superhero movie, and Henry is awesome in it. So overall, 8 out of 10. I think it's brilliant. Definitely a watch if you're a fan of this series. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, and you did enjoy it, then please don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in another Jump Inside video very soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Hey, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, then please don't forget to consider to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on another Jump Inside video. Goodbye.